Welcome to Tim's Vinyl Confessions. I'm Tim Durling. I'm joined by Will here. We're kind of doing like an off-the-cuff episode. As you can see, I'm my selfie stick excellence. This is the best filming job ever. No, Will's got something very cool, something I've wanted to take a look at for a long, long time. Got it for his birthday, I understand, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah. Hold it up, Will. This is the Kiss Casablanca Singles Box Set, 1974 to 1982. Reproductions of all the Kiss singles released from all their albums, from the first album through Creatures of the Night, their Casablanca Singles years. This is available on vinyl as well, and the version that Will's got is the CD version. So, all right, Will, let's take a look at the singles here. What's gone on is they've done reproductions of each of the singles, and if there's no picture sleeve available, they use a foreign version.
So it came with the book that talks about each single and shows pictures of the band. If I could find one, that'd be great.
Yeah, this is a really old one right there. Paul Stanley and the band at makeup, and it goes all, like I said, it goes all the way through to 1982. And if you remember what they looked like, you know, throughout the years, the various costumes, that's what that looks like, 77, 78.
Yeah, so this talks about each single and
gives the chart positions, talks about the album. I haven't actually looked through that yet. I just skimmed through it. You know, I don't think there's anything new here. Like, there's nothing new here musically, but it's just a cool collection of reproducing these singles. And if you can't shell out for the vinyl, you can shell out for this. This also came with it. And, yeah.
Gee, that's blurry. Okay, this is a picture that comes on the back that says A-side and B-side and where the sleeve is from.
Where the sleeve is from. So, all right, I'll take that, Will. I'll see if I can multitask here, and we're going to start off. Now, the first few Kiss singles did not have picture sleeves in any territory, so they're just plain white sleeves for some reason. So we'll start off.
Very fancy looking.
Can you see that one? It's beautiful.
There we go.
Beautiful art direction. This is the very first Kiss single, Nothing to Lose, backed with Love Theme from Kiss. Take a look at the single itself. That is very, very cool.
On the blue label.
Yeah, that's the Casablanca logo that was in use in 1974.
And on the back, very smooth and short.
Like, that's so cool.
Tried to reproduce it as close to how the record would have been or looked like. Make the CD look like the record.
And that's what the Casablanca labels looked like, I think, until about mid-76. Next up, another blank sleeve. A song, of course, as Kiss fans know, that was added to the first album after it had been out for a while, Kissin' Time. This one actually has Nothing to Lose as the B-side.
There we go, blue label again.
Yeah, so that's what that one looks like again, another white sleeve. It's not too long before we get into picture sleeves. One more from the first album, all-time classic, Strutter. You'd never know to look at it there. And 100,000 Years on the B-side. Both of them there on that CD again, and just very smooth black finish on the disc itself. So 3 singles from the first Kiss album. For some reason, only one from Hotter Than Hell. The next one, this one has a picture sleeve. Let Me Go Rock and Roll, backed with the song Hotter Than Hell. This is a German sleeve, although it doesn't have the German S's. Same, as you'll see, Casablanca label. So next up, we have Dressed to Kill, third album. The studio version of Rock and Roll All Night. If that cover, those pictures look familiar, that's from the Hotter Than Hell album cover. That's a Holland sleeve. So it's a Dutch sleeve, has Getaway on the B-side. It's funny how record companies like to use reuse songs as B-sides. Next up, one more from Dressed to Kill. This is Come On and Love Me. I don't believe I've ever seen that particular picture before.
Just did.
And
there you go.
And once again, Getaway is the B-side. This is Japanese.
Words that you can't read on the back. There we go.
Yeah, a picture of the Dressed to Kill album cover down on the bottom. Yeah, like it's reproduced right down, I think, to the serial number that you'll see on them, which, I mean, that's
blue label again.
Attention to detail. It's very, very cool.
Yeah, they're very accurate in how they did it on the CD.
It would be cool to see the vinyl set, but the CD set's equally as cool. So here we have from Alive, Rock and Roll All Night, the live version, the version that became a hit, backed with the studio version of the same. That's a German sleeve. Casablanca, again, same label on there. So now we're Some interesting things I see happening here. We're in
Interesting
Destroyer
things.
territory now.
Here we go.
So we've got Shout It Out Loud, backed with Sweet Pain. And if you can't tell what anything says, that's because this is another Japanese sleeve.
Oh.
And on the back, again, Japanese.
Destroyer picture down on the
Yeah,
bottom.
small picture Destroyer, also available. Still using the same Casablanca label. And next up.
Next up, here we go.
Oh, okay. This one, Flaming Youth. This was actually the very first U.S. picture sleeve for a single, and all it is the Destroyer album cover. And the B-side is God of Thunder. So this is the first U.S. sleeve we've seen. Back cover.
The back shows the albums.
Previously available albums, yeah. They want you to buy, and they want you to buy some more. It's
Blue label again.
It's how they roll.
Still going on.
So, got something funny coming up next. This is famous in the history of Kiss. This is Japanese sleeve, Detroit Rock City. B-sides, a little song called Beth. You may have heard. Again, it's all Japanese. And I think it was like this around the world, the A-side. Okay, so we've changed the label, the cream-colored Casablanca logo with just the, nope, there's no camels or film crew there yet. That came later, right? Same background. So, yeah, A-side is Detroit Rock City, B-side is Beth. To quote Paul Stanley, radio stations flipped it over, played Beth. That was the worst Paul Stanley impression ever, I'm sorry. So now we have a German sleeve, where Beth is the A-side, and Detroit Rock City is the B-side. Now, technically, it means that the A-side is the first song and the B-side is the second song.
Same tan label.
Yeah. Next up, now, okay, Rock and Roll Over. This is Hard Luck Woman. Again, this is the pictures I don't recall seeing. Same thing on both sides. This is a German sleeve. Mr. Speed is the B-side. Again, cream-colored Casablanca logo. I like the attention to detail. It's not unlike the Alice Cooper box set that you have.
Yeah.
Attention to detail is very cool.
Yeah.
Next up, we have Calling Dr. Love. Back with Take Me. This is a German sleeve.
With the previously released albums there on the back.
Yep. Getting more and more. And same, same Casablanca label. Try to get it out of the light here. There you go.
We did it.
That's the money shot.
Teamwork. Perfect.
That's it for Rock and Roll Over. The first French sleeve we're going to see here. We get one from France. Love Gun Era. This is Christine 16 with Shock Me. That's a very famous picture. I think that was the picture that was on the Kiss radio.
Bland back.
Very bland, yeah. But it's in English.
True.
And we have the same label. It's Christine 16 and Shock Me. Now it's the first Swedish sleeve. Love Gun with Hooligan on the other side of it. Black and white for some odd reason. Okay, so now we have a different label. Now the camels and the film crew are added to the Casablanca.
It's still the tan.
Which is exactly as it would have been when Casablanca were releasing these albums. We went through our Kiss albums, early episode. And matter of fact, we're eventually going to do a follow-up episode. Soon.
I'm close.
He needs to get some more.
there.
Yeah, man needs to get some too. So,
True.
okay, now we have a German sleeve. This is a Live 2 live version of Shout It Out Loud and Nothing to Lose. Must be from first the live album. That's different. And on the back, Langspiel... turn that around again. Langspiel Platin discography. Platin would be platter, which would be like record. Okay. All right, you can turn it around.
Yeah, that's that.
I think so. And note the banner down the corner of Kiss Alive 2 that says NEU, which is new. It means that it must have just come out. So yeah, that's a German sleeve. Let's see what the... And keeping consistent with the same label. Almost right down to the font used in the printing of the song titles. They're keeping it the same. Okay, another Alive 2. One of the studio songs, Ace's Rocket Ride. with Tomorrow and Tonight live. That's another German sleeve. I think exactly the same thing on the back cover.
Yes.
And the same label. There you go.
Here we go.
So now we're into the Strutter 78 from Double Platinum. Totally different looking sleeve. I don't recall seeing this. This is German. A lot of German sleeves on here. Strutter 78 with Shock Me on the other side. And same thing as the ones from Alive 2, except it's got Double Platinum as the new album, and they've rearranged it down there. Is the originals on there?
No.
No, the originals isn't on there. So let's see what the disc looks like. I was kind of thinking that the label might be silver, like the Double Platinum labels, but it's not.
It's not.
No. All right, so we're in 78 now, and that means the solo albums, the Kiss albums. So there were singles released from each of them. This is Paul's Hold Me, Touch Me.
Now, if you would have got this, the record version of this would have been purple.
That's right, yeah. This is backed with Goodbye. It's the UK, I think. This is the first time we've seen a UK sleeve.
Now, if I don't
What is
destroy this, there we go.
So yeah,
So
that's
the
the same
tan label.
Yeah, same tan label with the camels. And what is that came with it? Well,
What is this? This is
oh,
yeah.
I love this stuff. This is what would have come with the original sleeve. So we have a picture of. Careful now.
Careful.
Watch it. Careful.
Here we go.
Rip
I
and
did it.
Destroy. Oh, you can cut. You can cut this out and make your own Paul Stanley mask.
There you go. We'll be all set.
Wow.
Yeah. So that was a
And I think that's obviously that's the portrait from the solo album, 78 solo album.
I'll just leave that right there.
Yeah, you can fix that later.
Here we
That'd be
go.
great.
Oh, I didn't show the back.
By the way, this came out in 2012, if for chronology's sake. Another UK sleeve here, the only hit single from any of the Kiss solo albums, Ace Frehley, New York Groove, and it has Snowblind as the B-side. And on the back, there's a picture of all four of the solo albums. What does that say?
Limited edition on blue vinyl.
What? Let's have.
They did not make the blue CDs though.
No, let's have a look at this bad boy. But they wanted to reproduce exactly what it said. So
yeah, so they made it the same, just didn't get the blue CD.
Yeah,
which kind of makes sense, I guess.
So it's a combination of what these would have looked like around the world. They did a great job on the CDs themselves.
Now, if I could get
And
this
we've
all
got.
open
I'm
up.
guessing this is another very similar idea. Yeah, it's a cutout mask of Ace.
Maybe.
I think we get the picture.
Well, we'll do this one. How about
Yeah,
that?
let's do it because it'll look cool because it's Ace.
True.
Oh,
Oh.
oh,
Oh.
yeah,
There we go.
yeah. The
I
things
got it.
that we go through to show you on TVC. There we go. The Spaceman.
The Spaceman.
Ace Frehley, lead guitar. All right, next up, Gene Simmons. This is another UK sleeve, Radioactive. See You in Your Dreams.
On red.
On red.
If you had the vinyl.
If you had the vinyl.
Yeah. Which I don't.
Again, it looks the same. It's got the 4 albums on the back.
And I don't want to unfold another mask. It's just the same thing.
Let's see what the disc looks
Like
like,
Gene.
though. I think it's important to...
Well, I'll just bring it out and not unfold it. How about that?
That's good. Probably just as easy. Yeah, very cool. Another faithful reproduction of what the Casablanca logo or label looks like at the time. Now we're heading into the best of the solo albums by far. Peter Criss.
The Catman.
Don't You Let Me Down.
You let me down.
Hooked on Rock and Roll, B-side. This is a German sleeve.
This one's a little different.
It is, yeah. The pictures are bigger.
Yes.
Let's see what same. It's odd to me too because if you recall what the records themselves look like, they'd have each person's face, I think somewhere around there, but that wasn't for the singles, I guess. That was just for the It was just for the record, the full album itself. And Peter's album was so good.
Oh yeah,
They
deserved two.
They put 2 singles out. You
This
Matter
one
to me.
would have been on green vinyl.
Yeah.
The last one just would have been normal.
Yeah, because this is we're back to a UK one now. All of these solo album sleeves have been UK, except for that last one, which is German, and this looks like all the other ones.
Yes.
So.
And this one also has a mask in here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Same thing.
Hooked on Rock and Roll, both on the B-side, which is odd because if memory serves,
Peter definitely had three songs.
I actually think that Hooked on Rock and Roll is probably one of the better songs on this album.
Yes. As much as it sucks, it's one of the better songs on the album.
Our opinion. Okay, next up. I Was Made for Loving You. Now, this is different than any... most of the sleeves I've seen for I Was Made for Loving You just have the Dynasty album cover. This is German. It's got Hard Times on the B-side. Hard Times typically is the... whoa, what is that? When this came out, did it not have a cover art? It didn't have official cover art yet. Look at that, just a title. All they knew was a title. That's pretty cool. Now, I'm sure a lot of longtime Kiss fans knew that. I didn't know that. So it came out in advance of the album, and they didn't even have the artwork yet.
Yes.
That's very cool. Well, let's see what this looks like.
Well, what do you know?
Still the same.
The same.
Okay. It's very interesting. If there's one word I say on some of these TVC episodes more than any other word, it's either cool or interesting. Can't help it. Next up. Still Dynasty. Now we're talking. Sure Know Something, backed with Dirty Livin'. This is a German sleeve.
So the back is the same, except now they got the cover art in there.
Yeah, and obviously they've used the cover art for... There's something about that. Flip that around again, Will. There's something about that doesn't look right with the green border around it. Just so used to seeing it with like the gray.
Yeah.
So let's see what this one looks like.
Tan.
Yeah,
The
same one. The same.
The
All right.
same.
So that's we're out of the 70s now. Now it's time for another Dutch sleeve. This is Shandy. Shandy backed with She's So European.
And on the back, we just got the unmasked. There we go.
Really? Is that all that's all they did?
That's all they did.
Okay. Let's see what it looks like.
Tan.
The same.
The same.
Yeah. Now we've got another single from Unmasked.
Oh, yeah.
Tomorrow with Naked City. Now that's Eric Carr. That's not Peter Criss anymore. That's interesting. So it's in Japanese, and they've got Eric Carr behind the drums by this point in the Fox makeup. I guess I wasn't expecting that. So there we go. And a picture of the Unmasked album. Funny thing about the Unmasked album, neither Peter or Eric plays on it.
They just wanted them in there for the pictures.
That's right. It's Tomorrow, Naked City. Naked City's a great song. Should have been a single. All right. Next up, Spanish sleeve for A World Without Heroes. Again, this is the full-on Elder look. Paul with the short hair and the headband. Gene with the short hair, and the B-side of this is Dark Light.
They didn't have any pictures in the Elder.
No,
in the record.
No.
So I guess you had to get the singles to see.
So if you look on the back, this definitely looks like a Spanish sleeve, the way that everything's printed. There is a picture of the music from the Elder album. And I'm curious. I'm kind of really curious as to what this label's going to look like. So, what do we got here?
Oh, look at that. It's the same.
It is still the same. Okay. I thought it would look different. I guess I'm thinking that the records they came from had personalized sleeves by this time. One more. This is a U.S. sleeve, and I've actually got this Canadian version of the vinyl single on my wall. I Love It Loud, with the Creatures of the Night front cover. And like most releases of this single, Danger is the B-side. That's a cool shot of them on the back cover. And it's the same cream-colored, although the printing has changed a little bit. See, look right down to the serial numbers. If you were to look those up, those would have been the original serial numbers, I'm sure.
Oh, I kicked it.
The attention to detail. Will just kicked the box over. So Well, that's a very, very cool collection.
I
It's
could
just
put
something to
that
have
down
for, for your Kiss collection. Originally came out in 2012. It'd be cool to have it on vinyl, but the CDs are a smaller, more compact way to get. The Kiss Casablanca Singles Set, 1974 to 1982. Well, thanks for sitting in on another episode. Tim's Vinyl Confessions.